the Ghanaian and also providing job avenues for them to also work, and also continuous a friend is saying a patrol of illegal communities that they've been affected by these illegal mining. And would you bet 2 years? And your take on it now area ya try and common.
Yeah, Dr. Ron, I think on this particular platform, you can about galamsey illegal mining for quite long, and yenim hawa are very much entrenched in our part of the world. Over the years, we've seen several commitments and some actions, one way or the other, from government and aimed at curtailing this particular cancer, say 80 deep into natural environment. Then as a form. But one problem over the years you're facing is the approach has always been knee-jerk reaction. Or whenever general public express concerns about the level of environmental degradation, then you see government just trying to do one or two things just to convince people, say, oh, Abane are committed when it comes to the fight against corruption. But now the people behind the galamsey now the same state machinery now. Yes, practice on the boy I'm fighting that galamsey. They are the very people who are tooling for some of these dirty enterprises. I say Nema. And beneath these things, exercise, and you see that there is zero political commitment. Individuals no more front, a avenue for them. At the same time, they are also using it as cover just to make money. So you don't see any decisive action in the last 8 years. That is the kind of NEMA you're confronted, and I can recount a number of times I'm not better now this particular platforms. You can about galamsey. And there were a lot of revelations from Pom Watson report about one thing, Erastus Doncordier, and several other investigative journalists are also give you a deeper insight. Am I here? Young who share crano, you who said no can your water bodies. Quite fast will be changing colors, and then as for Nina, give us enough. I just say environmental degradation now. You set it up, your friends saying. Task force there, papa, better operation Calm Life, operation Recover thereby. Na nina, but Nipan could room hono. Na so janina yasuma say Uncle Bogalam say Hobino, or no Ayobia or aiding and abetting this whole thing. So I never quite a message a political commitment. It's a President Mahama Ebano. Or make promise and assurance to the people of this country, say, Oba na binance will do whatever that it takes. Sans no the only Ghana for what to be paying, meba mayor, nadia, yatia from Rollins pen so. Until now, wabano, the expectation was say, in Shaya Bang and a new government, considering experiences I go in the past, I buy the promise, or buying and crew for one need to know. A dear Ben, yeah. Say, you bet me, stop this particular thing. And I think that I'm not in Ghana for air anymore. Now, know me who the lands and natural resource minister and the Ashanti regional minister engagement in Kumasi, expressing readiness. Kwamfaswa ruthlessly dealing with issues of galamsey and as a form. I can't say galamsey no more, a livelihood for some people. In as much as government may make commitments, it's opposite or getting rid of them, they also try to find a way to survive. I trust that government will have to go beyond the usual political rhetorics. Committee and certain fan and I ensure say indeed. We are committed to this particular enterprise, making sure say and sometimes I don't want narrow solution to problems, Dr. Ren. Narrow in the sense say, no, what say national service, nipa binuma tana fraud for 8 good years. And do it media numa, oh, yan shishomo, na yan punish you, yan farm court. You see, it's a narrow approach to dealing with such a situation. To me, because of structural weakness in our governance system. So in dealing with this cabal now, we must also focus on addressing this institutional weakness. These people leverage to do what they did. Sana galamsey the next year. First of all, and then I'm say President Mahama at the economic dialogue forum now say on it we are kasa chief justice and attorney general engage sebeya ye mineral regime no ye benya some changes in terms of agreement. Just what national here ye mineral regime various agreements na as yes sign abobo adam akwase nipa de pay paper so as sign those agreements na asani abobo adam. And at the end of the day, the larger part of this natural resources, become the core. So citizens, say, yes, so through fair or foul means, through galamsey, we have to reclaim our portion. But do you think that a government ultimately establish a proper, your father say, agencies and institutions are dealing with mining in this country? Now, ultimately employ individuals from Obuasi, individuals from Babia, Newmont, away, Western region, and as for, and people are more on expertise, no more, more the galamsey, no. So, go into that lawful ventures, lawful enterprises. Now, do you think we'll be dealing with the issue of galamsey? No. But when you go, now our friend Ashanti Gold Company Limited, no free the crow, so oba, obetu gold, nina, no, funny, nina, no, cemetery royalties. Na kwabrane yansu ya jiminti yase an fanama ya royalty enti gold no otu na onya $1 billion ya ebia de ubenya kra no enduru $100,000 no de ko na da bia yete ABC enti ubekọ boase no emrantia no nanam ho no phone because chemicals na se for no mudi tu na de wa homa ko ne yam ama ne yam ne nyina asai ono nso adwuma na onya bi nye ade na ye no so di ewuo na ya fa say yare e na ebra no enti okwaya na obae. So you see, I don't want narrow approach to resolving some of these things. We need to look at the larger picture. Na ye hu say galamsey maintenance no ewo ho enye say nema, but focusing on individuals or more galamsey na alone no will be a narrow approach to combating it, but rather we need to expand the scope. Now you're making sure say your mineral regime na a man for hijack here benefit foreigners instead of we the people no e can who be and then man for the near dear kugu muram say among so befa kwan bi so afasa we no and you know more you know they are not going by any standardized procedure they are mining and as for because we are the who to Abina or also be making sure say you be regularize some of these things because Abra Akufo-Addo abine the community mining by now man for free say beyond the rhetoric community mining, you know. Now they were going to teach them some modernized way of doing this galamsey and as extracting the gold affect land and then as a form. But we are a job for the boys, party boys not here gum. Unya chamfan na kusi baby when you soldier for Kugu land, don't say about Hobang. You can destroy as many as and the young one was aqua we could dinner parliament. A month for raising y'all say NDC for say and Sasson be China. This is somebody who is supposed to be an honorable person sitting in parliament or Shamra Nipa does any no Shamra Momo. Problem about we wanted a solution. On the Kenyans Asema or the previous government no say and Sasson Chayomo. Because of that, you know. Say yes, sense as na justifiable within the context he was speaking. So I think that we need to go beyond the rhetoric. Now, President Mahama now I'll be a friend Ghana for him called galamsey one of the major promises and assurances that he made to the people of this country. Yes, there have been signs but you see, I think that we need to look at the larger picture. Now you retool the entire mineral regime in this country, not just gold alone, oil, BBR, including nano lithium. Na yenya ya Akufo-Addo time the cocoa say 11-10% into no a been see that in the history of this country in jubilate. Oh, there was somebody poor. Now you shall near way na you panya natural resources in our Ghana no Ghana for dear. How do we utilize it to benefit the average and the ordinary Ghanaian? Because gold need diamond need those natural resources now you want dense Ghana nearby you are what 18 years. This one who go play musa or come Middle East. Pakoye obi house help. Ghana nearby you are. Or kwashe obi Arabu ni bi fie na Arabu ni Ghana ni wana senka osumobi. Nya asem na yanka Ghana ni Arabu ni no na senka oye slave bobi. But abanesa Ghana ni abayiwa behu ne ho fe na ohyede mu kwa na ye de atade ahye ne hu na ochenso maame na ohyede ohye fie for 3 good years ompie nko ba bia because opportunities are abundant e wo de kurom but because of the greed of a few you know or only option than to sell herself to modern day slavery. Some end up being sexually abused, some physically abused, some emotionally tortured, and not just Middle East. Even there are Ghanaians in Europe, UK, Germany, and other places. Even though more Europe, they are living in slavery. Total slavery. Obia kwako duru odobin krata na ya adwuma. Bosume so a sika no guna account o nyi kra na ode amount. Oye oba report am ya pamo. Obi nso no be 50-50 oye adwuma no be che. You see, senkai there's opportunities exist e wo krom ha. Na wo ye adwuma na wo earn decently. Da bia mekanya obi a na pese otu kwan yo. Neema na ye no krom ha no na e force so amanfo out of this country. So it is about time. Yes, I resetted this country. We need to look at this whole thing in an expanded version, in an expanded form. Now you resolve the issue. Now that kind of knee-jerk reaction. Oh, yeah, Kyei, and then the soldier for Google me, I could chase a man for, and the answer of myself could see it. It doesn't solve anything. We need to have a broader stakeholder engagement. Look at our mineral regime. Consider communities as a man. How do we work out? Nema betimi amasa ankrofo no mo ho no so betimi benefit from the minerals our masa so Ghana for no how do we benefit? Fortunately, ahemfo no mo ho no kakra kwa mo botom ti onfa na ho. Na no asem akwa mete ya mewere ho ya besi nne e ya asem otumfo kokan ya abra ye soldier for kobo emrantie tuo e wo boase. Wan kasa oboase e okuro wan kasa wo mana wo nananom e no mko asase no so omko so yi o manko so ye kasa change of government doesn't give people license to misbehave. It means that you are justifying what has happened because you fail to condemn. Now you think the opportunities exist here and come on for basoro so mo ko your friends some particular area no but a come na nibre enti na man for the ye de omo ye. So these are people more voices are you expect is on rise to the occasion. Na akasa masa amrantia na mayo no sebeya those natural resources never benefited. By a 2 royalties no hene ne beje ne de no de address kuntan na okoba ye de ma ekwa brochire or your friend saying na Ghana festival create me tam kwa brochire say kodi festival na ye koba but the people there are in poverty and we don't care. Think leadership is about serving humanity. And unfortunately, our people here have lost focus and they are serving themselves. They don't care. They don't give a damn about the people they are serving. And I think that is our problem. So this reset should be a platformer. But that linear thinking, the same approach, the same methodology, the same outcome, no, and we need to do an expanded your friends and way of thinking. Now you how resolve this particular galamsey issue once and for all. The next 5 years and 4 years, no matter how the same come. As a way I can because we don't adopt the proper methods. Yes, I will beside the political. Say Jandamo say who's a man for try to spend some of these things. I think this time around, no, we need to get to real.
You were Busia Guswa with Rainbow Radio 92.4 FM. Your name, Yunia Ivan Che Innocent and a train Komono, Lady Echa. I see you. Self love, a year wife, a year Oslo. was say today dear, my husband is on fire. Joyce was so chill. Yamfa nchia kese man painful amutie ya mohe nyina me mamu nyina nso akwaba e wo Rainbow Radio so 92.4 FM yeah live and so wo Rainbow Radio yeah UK on Facebook Alexa and so you live also na ora yeah o kasa asemi de Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams so dey asemi about the work can say and the President John Mahama tumi a wenya no e ma ne mfa saa tumi no and settle scores. Mamin Kotina na eja mintie the work afam. Or say do not use, I quote, do not use this victory to settle scores with anyone. When power is entrusted to you for the benefits of the people, do not use it to prove a point. There are serious implications for that. End of quote. We every year Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, the messenger or the president. A friend is saying, John Dramani Mahama.
Yeah, Dr. Ren, I think it's a legitimate concern to raise, but owns a leader beer on the tendencies. No choir of us are oil and nema. John Mahama, nipa, onye new to the people of this country. He has been president before. And Ghana for him no. To see a Mijao said describe John Mahama, I'm sure sir, the personality you'll be able to say a lot. Because on your new person at the presidency. And John Mahama is not somebody Abeka say Obia like you go after Obi without any way, no. He's not somebody I'll be linking it to that particular thing. Like, as I may perceive will be becoming your kindness, he's not that kind of a person. So with this concern being raised, he should not go after people to settle scores, you know. When you are going after people without tangible cause and reason, but you are doing it for partisan or political expediency, and they justify what this man is saying. So I don't know. But where President Mahama and the Ghanaian people have risen enough evidence, your friend said the enormity of that evidence above average to prove say indeed 1, 2 or 2 things we has gone on toward that. This concern being raised, you know, irrelevant. Because Obia onye she who chasing I settle scores. And I be a Wayami bibi mobile and move no huname, Mensumi Hunamubi. Sanya Manokradia in modern governance, it has no space. And some of us will totally condemn such barbaric act because my culture says Sanya money and so. But we are talking about a president one making commitment to the people of this country, and in the last 8 years, yenim dream dia koso okroma when it come to Krono Amanfo Abo. And if that is what he's going to pursue individuals are, you cannot say he's settling scores with anybody. Those people have wronged the people of this country, Ghanaians. And once there are enough evidence, you go through the proper legal process. You will not circumvent any of them. You go through the rigorous legal process. I know the day. If these people are proved guilty before a court of competent jurisdiction or you cannot say he's settling political scores. You've wronged the people of this country and you are paying for it. Because my culture is one thing Ghanaians will never forgive him. Say, say, Dr. Randon and Sabo Mainsikam, now Chinawabana Pentecost software, Ahimfuduachi, Yabapacha, such nonsense cannot be tolerated in this new Ghana, Yawomi. But my culture says actions must have consequences. Just to send signals to people within this administration also say, in as much as you are in power today, if you misbehave, the fate awaits you. We can't live in a country where people mess up and say, what kind of nonsense is that?
Do you think he's sensing His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and then the team of appointees here were appointed on we they mean business this time around say Obibia would Ghana dream biano the law no ebe dealing with sanko for no na yehwe eye ora no nso a wo nsem wo titi mo nkrata so mo ye nhwehwe mo de come attorney general no one of the major a friend is saying dream na efa ho national cathedral no yinim se Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams was part of the cathedral. Do you think that there is some scare be wo? Is he afraid of something? Say be am shishi bi wo baby.
It's America say asem na all can. If I'm to take asem na all can in contest, political scores, and it say you are being vindictive, pursuing somebody without a justifiable cause, and your friend is in settle scores. But in a situation that obedience about mine sikam amount mine a lose substantial amount, na state go after that person. That is not political certain political scores. So yeah, as some no person can known to me can ye and no use the soft approach and all the kind because as some all can has no relevance in the context of a discussion and yeah, we should go against criminals.
Matthias here, I told you say, oh, you should that a Christian platform to inform the president, and also Becca say, indirectly, to psych the mindset of the Christians. They say, hey, moving you na papi, one shall say so go after people like national cathedral, so for and will be on Mukam because I mean, eventually that's the line our president already document attorney general, which means national cathedral the finance minister who clergy's baby or no Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams no a member of the board. Do you think Ebia in a way or psyche the mindset of Christians and then send your working afei de wa konya ahemfofo sorry asofofo clergy ne yekopacho ye di dwanto eko we mu de mogya jaimanenka send your one kasa kan say there are serious implications for that if the president ebia diligently or go after people also to marry this question now answer nyina. Do you think is a kobani sana kwa say we ankasa na yebeka say so obi e di o man sika let the law take its course? Do you think that this particular utterances from a bishop, a difficult for us ourselves to even fight against corrupt officials?
Dr. Ren, said a Missicano, watch an again, and I may Sasamna or Kano, I take it literally to mean, say, for instance, there was a banking sector cleanup. I say reasons I have motivated the collapse of most of the banks, I political vindictiveness. Some kind of a political vendetta without any reasonable economic sense. And they're backing that reason. So, for instance, Mahama comes today and says, me good data banker. Then it means without any justifiable cause. I don't know what I will settle scores. So, me perceive a packaging conversation in a context people will understand. So, as I'm now I can assume for him, but the choice of word now, if I'm to use it literally to do analysis, what it means, they say, data bank, other banks are quite kind of other people for so mugu bank, Mahama so buy or say, and there means to be good data bank in a settling scores. But so do in Sabo, my sick comes out with cathedral. Na, I acquire chronobo. Osofo bi timi kasa me ankasa me de bisika abo oman bosia na kwan ofa so de sika no bo oman bosia no obi akura nim ho hwe na ya tam 1 million na de amano based on what terms hwan see ya pese oman bosia from obi ho a how do we do it? How come and the whole Ghana no nya sika within a period one person etimi nya sika de bo oman bosia sa sika no de bo oman bosia no onya no hefa taxes are otua no ho. You see, these are legitimate stuff. And again, the entire contract that was awarded has been rendered fraudulent by Shraj. Again, $58 million of Ghanaians' money. Which is foolishly causing financial loss, where foolishly causing financial loss to the state. So these are crimes against the state. It is a precedent. I catch Ghana for say Oba. Now, now indeed, he's doing it. No sensible person, and a bit imaginary, he's settling political scores. This is no political scores. Crimes must have consequences. And people are being punished. And you see, the last time I was telling you, I see a different Mahama altogether, because with this national service way now, all canon, you see, some of the people have already left the shores of this country, and they may decide not to come. But he has instructed various security agencies to say, "Yen declares microphone in a wanted person within the international space. Asset to be omu freezy pending investigation." And this is a foreign account to baby now away, na ebuna woodidi abra wabontena. Through Interpol and other financial security intelligence anywhere, no, they can put way on it. So that no the day, no, you have no other option than to return. Obana you be do a win for. I think the government is indeed serious this time around to ensure issues of corruption and as a form. Then the ORAI can say me over 2,000 documents have so far been received. The Attorney General have been instructed to study. And you prosecute, because some will be weak, some will not meet evidential threshold, some will not, considering the amount of money involved, may not be necessary to initiate criminal prosecution. But upon a further study, now more evidence available, shows a substantial number of these cases will proceed to court for prosecution. So in that instance, there you go sit somewhere and say, settling political scores. No, because what people don't get in the say, yes, he should focus on fixing the economy. But when, how do you fix economy when you don't punish crime?